Hey, Greek IV. I'm so excited to hear what God is doing in your hearts this week as you study John 15, and just am so blessed to be able to share my testimony. I wish I could be there with you in person, but I'm currently in Texas getting treatment, and I'll tell you a little bit about that in my story. So in August 2015, God had revealed to me that He wanted me to learn about divine healing as part of my growing in staff with Greek IV. He also brought me to Greek IV because I had worked with the undergrad chapter for 8 years, and God said, nope, I'm sending you to a new place, and with that, I want you to learn about divine healing. And the same month, I started having symptoms of double vision, and in November of 2015, I was diagnosed with an inoperable brain tumor. First, you have a good cry, right? Because you're like, I'm sorry, what did you say? With the doctor. And, but then right away, I feel like, it's interesting because the week before I got diagnosed, I was teaching at our fall conference about King Jehoshaphat and just warring through worship. And I just love his heart that, when he has this army, when he has this really difficult situation coming before him, he freaks out and he has a moment, and then he says, no, let's get everybody together, let's fast and pray and worship, and we're going to beat this thing. And with God's help, we're going to go out and we're going to worship the Lord, and we're going to know that He's going to fight the battle for us. So I had a couple staff praying for me, and one of the staff had heard the word proclaim. So she looked it up in the back of the Bible and to figure out where it was, and it was in Psalm 118, and it says, I will not die but live and proclaim what the Lord has done. And I have stood firm on that truth ever since. I know in my heart that even though this is a really difficult time in our lives right now, that this isn't the end, this is just the beginning. And God's been revealing it to me just through my time in sabbatical that I had from April to September, that He wanted to heal me in a full healing. What I loved about sabbatical was that I tried to get everything that I could on people that had seen a lot of fruit in the area of divine healing. So as I started reading these books, as I started going to conferences and studying these people, what I realized about their lives was that the reason they had so much fruit in the area of divine healing was because they spent so much time abiding in the vine and just hours and hours a day just spending it with Jesus. And I love that you're studying John 15, because as I learned about divine healing, I realized that the theme of my sabbatical was John 15, without realizing that that's where the Lord was going to bring me, but that it was the intimacy of the Lord that really gives us a place of rest, and that we're able to go and do ministry from a place of rest, from a place of overflow of what the Lord has given to us. I feel like the other thing that the Lord has done in my heart is that He said, I'm not going to heal this tumor until I heal you fully and completely. And there was just a lot of places in my heart that really needed some deep, deep healing. And I just felt like the Lord was just saying to me that my identity and my healing and my identity and my healing and understanding deeply in my heart that I am a child of the Most High God, that I have an inheritance from the Lord to be able to receive from Him in the secret place and be able to go out and do ministry, that I didn't want to, just be with the Lord in order to do ministry better. But I understood that when we understand and we fall in love with Jesus and we want to be with Him, it just ministry is an overflow of that happening. So I wanted to read a quote from the book. So it says, there is a place of rest in the heart of God. In this place, we learn to trust Him in the midst of chaos and difficulties. And as we lean upon Him and hear His heartbeat, we discover its rhythm, when to run, when to rest, and when to release. As we contend to enter into the rest He has prepared for us, we ourselves become resting places where He can dwell, where He can come and dwell in greater fullness. We can enter into the storms of life and release love only when we have learned how to rest in God. Hebrews 4:1-3 tells us to be careful not to fall short of His rest. And I really feel like God wants to teach you so much that his presence, there's fullness of joy in his presence. There is healing when we understand that we are a child of the Most High God, and the gifts that he wants to give to us are in the place of his presence, abiding in him, so that we can go out and run the race from a place of rest and be able to bless those people around us. So thank you so much for continuing to pray for me. I stand on that truth that God is doing a divine healing. He has healed so much. Oh my word. I could tell you all day how God healed my heart through sabbatical and is continuing to heal my heart. I think that was even a greater healing than what he's going to do, because like inoperable brain tumors are like just a flick of a fleck of dust to the Lord, where he can just be like, boop, okay, it's gone. So I just look forward to the day when he does heal me physically, but in the meantime, I'm so excited to see the way that he's healing me emotionally and spiritually through abiding in him. And I just pray blessings over you as you learn to abide in him in a deeper and more wonderful way. God bless you guys. Bye.